This is my 7th class video journal regarding my solid core journey. The motivational saying that I picked up this time when I was in the studio was near the bathroom, and it said, "The struggle makes you stronger." Today's video will be about filming, fees, and fixes. In terms of filming, I just wanted to acknowledge that sometimes on a video, I may misspeak and not realize it until I'm taping something else. Rather than go back and edit those videos, I just change the description of the video and acknowledge I might have misspoke and give the information there. So if you are wondering on a particular video, if something is said, I will mention it on the following video and just simply update the description. I have my notes here in terms of fees. I just wanted to revisit this particular issue about fees. This class, the 7th class, was a community class. You might have noticed in another video, I talked about this. These community classes are instructors who are in training. The classes are reduced fee. Aside from a community class, you could also choose a membership, meaning each month you pay a particular fee based on your need. If you wanted unlimited classes, there's a membership fee for that. If it was someone like myself, maybe you just want to come once a week, there is an option for you there as well. The other option that I wrote down was you can even buy a pack of classes. When I originally started, I purchased the 2-pack new member class. I'm bringing this up because solid core is really feasible for anyone, regardless of a budget. Everyone should have a budget, right? Even a millionaire has a budget. The budget may be the sky's the limit. However, when you look at my budget compared to that budget, that's outside the scope of my budget. So everyone has a budget. And I wanted to just make it known that this particular class setup, it is really feasible for anyone and any budget. In terms of fixes, for this particular class, the instructor introduced something new to me. We were informed during the class to pick up our cables. Remember, before I was struggling, I was calling them pulleys and didn't know what it was. Well, it's called cables, and that's what I'll use going forward, the cables. He actually said, grab your 2 cables and pull the carriage toward you. Even though this is my 7th class, this is the first time that I have heard of this being a way to maneuver the carriage. And so I thought I would talk about fixes really help you to get through these classes. And I wrote down, know the fix to do it to get through it. Another fix that I wanted to share is, remember I talked about that side plank. It was a challenge for me to do it. Well, on the floor, remember these traditional poses on the floor are going to be different. I was trying to get into that side plank position as though I was on the floor. The floor is stable. That Svetlana, that carriage moves. When Caroline, that coach, offered me this fix, I've been able to get through it. Even during this particular class, I got through those side planks. You have to place your arm first, get the leverage, then you stack your hips. On the floor, you can just lie down on your side without even having any stability yet with your arms. That's the fix on the Svetlana. Another fix that I have learned is when you're doing these bicep curls and you're using the cables. If you are struggling with the spring load that you put on, you can step back towards the Svetlana, then it becomes a little feasible. As opposed to stepping forward, you'll challenge yourself even more. That's another fix that I'm learning. The last fix that I realized in this particular class, they do what is known as the Russian deadlift, but it's a single leg. Now think about that. Let's say your left leg is on the floor without a Svetlana. You then hinge at your hips, move forward as your right leg raises up behind you, going up in the air. So that's the idea of this single leg Russian deadlift, right? On the Svetlana, that left leg is on the floor. When that right leg is on the carriage, the fix is, yes, you do hinge from your hips, but you've got to accommodate that right leg. It's no longer going up in the air. It is actually pressed up against that strap. So the strap is over the foot, and you have to almost enter into a half split in order for that carriage to be accommodated, that movement, right? And as you go forward, hinging at the hip, it is so much more manageable than trying to hinge at the hips and you're unstable already, right? You're on one leg, but then you have the leg on a carriage that's moving back as you're moving forward. So that's it. These fixes really help you to get through. And that's what I mean when I say know the fix to do it so you can get through it. I am excited. I have booked my next class, which is also a community class. They have several instructors that's coming through, and the community classes is something that I'm choosing. I'll come to you again for my 8th class session. All the best.